Hi guys! Welcome to my class. Please subscribe so that you will be notified on the next math lesson. Then like and share so that you can also help other students. Our topic for today is about equations with variables on each side. You are going to learn it here, the easy way. But before we proceed to our main lesson, let me ask you one question. Is it bad for us to lie down and sleep after eating? Yes, it is bad for all of us to lie down and sleep after eating. Let us discuss why it is bad for all of us to lie down and sleep after eating later. Let us move first to the main objective of our lesson. Today, we are going to solve equations with variables on both sides and rational coefficients. Let us work on this example so that you will be guided. Solve 12 plus 5x is equal to 7x. Check your solution. Let us rewrite the equation below so that we can work on it. Can you figure out what property are we going to use to solve for x? You can see that we have addition in the equation. Therefore, we need to do the opposite. We're going to apply the subtraction property of equality. Let us subtract 5x on both sides of the equation. Straight off, we can cancel out the 5x on the left side and we can work on 7x minus 5x. And it will give us 12 is equal to 2x. Straight away, what property are we going to use to continue solving for x? Since we have multiplication of number with a variable, we can use the division property of equality. Accordingly, we can divide both sides by 2. Furthermore, we can cancel out the 2 on the right side and we can work on 12 divided by 2, which will give us 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. Let us check now if our answer is correct. Let us rewrite the equation again. 12 plus 5x is equal to 7x. Substituting the value of x in the equation, it will give us 12 plus 5 times 6 is equal to 7 times 6. Subsequently, it will give us 12 plus 30 is equal to 42. And we come up with 42 is equal to 42. Therefore, our answer x is equal to 6 is correct. Let us work on another example so that you can understand it well. Solve 7y minus 1 is equal to 3y minus 9. Rewriting the equation below, 7y minus 1 is equal to 3y minus 9. What property are we going to use to solve for y? Let us use first the subtraction property of equality to eliminate 3y on the right side. Subtracting 3y on both sides of the equation, we can cancel out the 3y on the right side and 7y minus 3y is equal to 4y. Rewriting minus 1 is equal to minus 9 below, it will give us 4y minus 1 is equal to minus 9. What property are we going to use now to continue solving for y? We can apply the addition property of equality. We're going to add 1 on both sides of the equation. Moreover, we can cancel out the 1 on the left side. And we can work on minus 9 plus 1 is equal to minus 8. Therefore, 4y is equal to minus 8. Again, what property are we going to use to continue solving for y? Since number 4 is multiplied with the variable y, we can apply the division property of equality. Consequently, we can divide both sides by 4. As a result, we can cancel out the 4 on the left side and we can work on negative 8 divided by 4. So, we can come up with y is equal to negative 2. Let us work on another example so that you can hit it off. Solve 2/3 y minus 3 is equal to 13 plus 1/2 y. Rewriting the equation below, what property can you figure out so that you can solve for y? Since we have subtraction on the left side of the equation, we can apply the addition property of equality. Therefore, we can add 3 to both sides of the equation. Moreover, we can cancel out the 3 on the left side of the equation, and we can work on 13 plus 3 on the right side. Accordingly, it will give us 2/3 y is equal to 16 plus 1/2 y. Now, what property are we going to use to continuously solving for y? Since we have addition operation on the right side of the equation, we can apply the subtraction property of equality. Accordingly, we can subtract 1/2 y on both sides of the equation. Straight off, we can cancel out 1/2 y on the right side of the equation, and we can work on 2/3 y minus 1/2 y. We have learned that we cannot work on any addition or subtraction of a fraction if the denominator are not the same. We need to make the denominator the same first. Consequently, we need to multiply 2/3 by 2/2 and 1/2 by 3/3 so that we can make the denominator the same. Working on 2/3 times 2/2, it will give us 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 times 3 is 6. Therefore, we have 4/6y. Moving on 1/2 times 3/3, let us work first on the numerator. 3 times 1 is 3, and on the denominator, 3 times 2 is 6. Therefore, negative 1/2 y will become negative 3/6y. Furthermore, we have now the denominator the same. So, we can work on the numerator and retain the denominator. Subsequently, 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, and we are going to retain the denominator, which is equal to 6. Therefore, it will give us 1/6y is equal to 16. Currently, what property do you think are we going to use so that we can solve for y? Since we have division with the variable y, we can use the multiplication property of equality. We can therefore multiply 6 on both sides of the equation. Moreover, we can cancel out the 6 on the left side of the equation. And working on 16 times 6, it will give us 96. Therefore, y is equal to 96. To wrap it up, if you are going to work on a positive number or positive variable, you are going to do the opposite. You're going to apply the subtraction property of equality so that you can cancel it off. Likewise, if you are working with the number multiplied with a variable, you are going to apply the division property of equality so that you can cancel out the number with the variable and you can solve for the value of the variable. Let us now continue our discussion why it is bad for us to lie down and sleep after eating. It is bad for us to lie down and sleep after eating because our body soaks up food properly only when we are in an upright position. Lying down after eating will result in indigestion. We must wait at least 2 hours after a meal before we go to bed. If you've established a routine of lying down soon after you eat your food, you may eventually develop gastroesophageal reflux disease in which your lower esophagus cannot close off correctly after you've eaten something. So guys, better wait at least 2 hours after a meal before you go to bed, okay? Remember, I will never stop reminding you what Sheikh Zayed wrote for us. Education is like a lantern which lights your way in a dark alley. Let us give importance to our education so that we're not going to be blindfolded in our future. In case you have confusion on some part of the lesson, I want you to go back, revise it again, watch it closely, carefully, slowly, and I know you can get it. Life is a math equation. You cannot get the most of it if you cannot convert the negatives into positive. I want you to score high in math. Then, be wise and healthy. Okay? Till next math lesson. Bye-bye!